Good. Thought we'd show you a quick trick that you can do with your dogs at home, which is something that's more difficult, so it's a complex trick, and it's something I like to call a back round. Well, that's what I call it with my dogs. It doesn't matter what you call it, but what it is basically a dog walking around you backwards, and you can add little complexes to it to make it even harder still. So I'll do a quick demonstration for you of that behaviour now. Yeah? Heel. Round. 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 Good. Yes. Good boy. I spin the other way. I don't know why. It's just a natural thing I do. But generally, that's the trick that we're going to start learning today. Yeah? So it's in stages. And the stages are, first of all, we've got to get the dogs to go backwards, because we need to teach them the walking backwards part is what we're looking for. Yeah? So we'll go through that stage first. I've got another dog in the other room doing some bits as well. She's just doing some sound. Yeah? So basically walk backwards, treat on the end of the nose, going underneath their legs and just on their chest till they walk back. Yeah? So treating your hand facing upwards is often a better way to do it. But if they're sitting, they're not going to go back. Getting them up and going backwards. Not pushing the back, going backwards or anything like that. All I'm doing is holding it right under his chin. Good. He's going like this with his nose, and it's pushing himself backwards. That's what we're looking at. Yeah. So a walk backwards is something we want to build up first, and that might take you quite a few tries to get that. And you want to build that up to a point where hopefully, instead of holding their chin there with the treat in the hand, we can actually add a cue to it. Yeah. So back, back. Good. So it's on cue, and also the verbal command as well. Back, back, back. Good. Yeah. So we're looking at building up a backwards walking, which is part of that training. Yeah. The next phase to it is exactly the same thing, but instead of being in front of the dog, we want to stand at the side of the dog. So right here is next to us in the right position, and we go backwards. Good. Yeah. So we're going back straight, but next to us. Yeah. So in that heel position, I'm going backwards. Good. So teaching him that obviously is something that we want to do as well. And if we can add that cue back, good. We can add the backwards walk in with him next to us as well as. So we get him used to the walking backwards. Because if you don't get him used to the walking backwards bit, what will happen is you'll go in position, you'll try and go back round, and the dog will end up doing a sit, a down, a roll over, a spin. So like you'll end up going, oh no, he's not doing the right position. So you want to try and build up the backwards, build up the walking backwards next to you, and then this is the next stage to it. This stage is the hardest part because it's getting them to bring their bum in as close to your leg as possible and keeping their bum as close to your leg as you can. So first time ever doing it, you want to go into heel position, but get the dog just a little bit further ahead. So they're just at the head looking at the treat here. Treat hand's going to go down just below the neck, and you're going to go round the back. So you can see his head turning that way. So it's the opposite to what you think. You don't want to get their head in here because then their bum will go out. You want their head this way so that their bum comes tighter to your leg. Yeah? So we're looking at that back round, starting with just the bum round and one step backwards. That's all we're looking for. Yeah? When you do that enough times, obviously we go from that to a few steps, and then we go a little bit further. Good. And you get to this point where actually they're at this position where now we need to swap over. So we've got to here, swapping over and going the exact same way around. Second hand is perfectly fine to use, and bringing them round the whole way. Yeah. So your end behaviour would be going back round, swapping over, and then continuing that round the front as well as. And then we're looking at going all the way around. Yeah. Obviously this is repetition. You need to repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. Build it up to the point where it can be on cue, and eventually we'll want nothing in our hands, which is the hardest part. But that's something that obviously you can let us know if you want any support with, or if you've got any ideas on how to do it, that's fine as well. But the idea would be that we can do that on hand signal and a verbal cue. So for me, the hand signal is heel, so the heel's in position. This hand is out to the side, and I don't know why, but I just do that. I go around in circles. That's because I used to do this, and then my background is that. Ready? Back, round, round, round. Good. And that's a complex behaviour, trick training, and it does take a bit of time to build up to the point where you can get it to like be quicker and more effective. Adding in extra bits, you can have them going through your legs and carrying on. You can have them going through your legs and then doing a sit. So yeah, there's so many possibilities of this one. Right, round, 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 sit. And he's like, no, yeah, sit. Good, yes. Good boy. Well done. Now I've not got any left. That's it, we're done. So yeah, that was everything.